England and Dubai, where he took the UAE Derby at a mile and 3/16. His only race on dirt, a 12th here in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. His trainer Aidan O'Brien won the English 2000 Guineas earlier today. Number 2 is Optimizer, trained by 4-time Derby winner Wayne Lucas, but he has only one career win, this colt, and that was on the turf at Saratoga last year. Owner Brad Kelly just paid $36 million to buy historic Calumet Farm. Number 3 is Take Charge Indy. Calvin Burrell seeks his 4th Derby victory aboard the Florida Derby winner. Owner Maribeth Sanford is a Louisville native now living in suburban Chicago. She developed Bag Makers Incorporated, one of the largest makers of reusable grocery bags in the country. The 4 horses, Union Rags. Michael Matz has followed the same formula he used to win the Derby with Barbaro. This colt has been sometimes brilliant, sometimes erratic, with a propensity for trouble, compromised by a poor ride when 3rd in the Florida Derby. Dullahan is the 5, named for a creature headless in Irish fairy tales. Jerry Crawford of Des Moines, whose roots are in Ireland, heads the Donegal Racing Partnership for this Bluegrass Stakes winner, who is 0 for 3 on dirt. His half-brother, Mind That Bird, won the 2009 Kentucky Derby. The 6 is Bodemeister, only 4 career starts, and none last year, and the last Derby winner to have not raced at 2, Apollo, in 1882. Yet he was brilliant for Bob Baffert and Mike Smith with a nearly 10-length victory in the Arkansas Derby. He'll face some early pace pressure today. 7 is Rousing Sermon, a late-running California-bred colt trained by Hall of Famer Jerry Hollendorfer in search of his first Derby victory. This horse was 3rd in the Louisiana Derby. Number 8 is Creative Cause, who gives 71-year-old veterinarian turned trainer Mike Harrington and 80-year-old owner Heinz Steinman their first trip to the Derby. Steinman, a native of Switzerland, a champion skier at UCLA, and now a ski resort owner with 11 children and 31 grandchildren. His colt won the San Felipe, then beaten the nose in the Santa Anita Derby. The 9 horse is Trinidad, owned by Shavanda Parbu from Trinidad, who bought the colt on a whim while making a delivery at the Okada Breeders' sale of 2-year-olds. Trained by his dad, Biznat, and Trinidad has brilliant speed. He's never been beyond 7 furlongs. Watch out when he starts to back up. Number 10 is Daddy Knows Best, one of 2 trained by Steve Asmussen, who is 0 for 10 at the Derby, owned by Texans Kathy and Bob Zollers. This horse has won 2 in a row, but against lesser competition. The 11 is Alpha. Sheikh Mohammed, the ruler of Dubai, has been trying to win the Derby since 1999. His best finished 6th. This horse has sometimes been fractious at the gate, but was perfectly behaved in the Wood Memorial, where he checked sharply in the first turn, still finished 2nd by a neck to gemologists. The 12 is Perspective. Both jockey Luis Contreras, trainer Mark Casse, Sovereign Award winners as Canadian champions, and owner Jack Oxley tasted Derby magic with Monarchos in 2001. This colt winner of the Tampa Bay Derby, then 6th in the Bluegrass. 13 went the day well, the same owner, trainer, jockey that scored with Animal Kingdom in the Derby last year, and the same prep race win too, the Spiral Stakes at Turfway. This horse began his career in England and is named for a British World War II movie. 14 is Henson. He's been on his toes since coming over from the stable area. Champion 2-year-old last year. Won a key race, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, here at Churchill Downs, trying to temper his speed as he did in winning the Gotham. Then he reverted with a 2nd in the Bluegrass. Gemologist is the 15, 5 for 5 in his career. 2 of those wins here at Churchill Downs. Never seriously challenged until the Wood Memorial, where he fought off Alpha. This is the same owner-trainer combination, Winstar and Fletcher, that won the Derby with Super Saver 2 years ago. El Padrino is 16, the Godfather in Spanish, and on Cinco de Mayo. This is the 2nd Fletcher trainee who won the Risen Star, then a disappointing 4th in the Florida Derby. 17 Done Talking, the stretch-running winner of the Illinois Derby, who gives 67-year-old trainer Hamilton Smith his first Derby horse, bred and owned by the Skedaddle Stable, 3 friends from Maryland. 18 is Sabercat, the 2nd Asmussen-trained colt, ridden by Corey Nakatani, who was 2nd on Nero last year, but holds the record with an 0 for 15 mark at the Derby. This late-running colt was 3rd in the Arkansas Derby. 19, I'll Have Another. That's what owner Paul Redham says when his wife Zilla asks if he wants another cookie. The Santa Anita Derby winner gave jockey Mario Gutierrez his biggest win until earlier this year. He'd been based at Hastings Park in Vancouver. And number 20 is Liaison, the 2nd Bob Baffert-trained colt, colt who has never realized the potential he showed last year. He was 6th in the Santa Anita Derby, but convinced Baffert to run him with a good work at Churchill Downs a couple of weeks ago. So there are the 20 horses that will contest the 138th Kentucky Derby. A mile and a quarter with a purse of $2 million, and the jockeys are getting ready too. Mike Smith is on Bodemeister, getting some play now at 6-1. Shooting Leparoux aboard the favorite, Union Rags. Get DeSormo rides Dullahan. And Calvin Burrell, Take Charge Indy is his number.
We imagined a vehicle that could adapt to changing road conditions.
He's aggravated. When he ran in the Gotham Stakes and won, he was very mild-mannered in the post parade, which wasn't like him. And then we saw him last time out in the Bluegrass Stakes get wound up. He finished second. He still ran well, but didn't run his best. I don't think we're going to see his best from him today. Plus, we have Trinity Bird breaking from that number 9 post position. We know he's going to be in front with Willie Martinez up. Hanson's got a lot of new things he has to face today, Tom.
All right, as they load into the gate, let's give you a last look at the odds. Where Union Rags is 9-2, Bodemeister now 5-1, so very close. Hanson 14-1, Gemologist 8-1 as they continue to load into the starting gates. 20 horses, which means an auxiliary starting gate. And Michael Matz, who won the Derby in 2006 with Barbaro, watches his colt Union Rags being led into the gate. The owner, Phyllis Wyeth, who had the dream, had to have the horse back. She paid nearly 3 times what she sold him for initially to get him back. Bob Baffert, we talked about what his thoughts might be. He has 2 horses, Liaison on the outside, and Bodemeister, named for his 7-year-old son. Dr. Kendall Hanson, the owner of Hanson, the white horse. As they load into the gate, Larry Culvis with the call.
All in line and ready to start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And as expected, Trinity Bird had a great start. Gemologist is also on quickly. Hanson is in between horses and Bodemeister is down on the inside. And now Bodemeister's ahead of Trinity Bird. Bodemeister and Trinity Bird will lead that charge to the first turn at Churchill Downs. Danny Longlegs, Hanson. Oh, Hanson's hard to control early. Gemologist is fit on the outside. I'll have another is next. And Calvin Burrell is right on the rail with Take Charge Indy as they move into the turn. And then it's Danny Knows Best on the far outside. Liaison, Creative Cause, Optimizer along the rail. Between those two is Dullahan, and then it's Alpha, followed by Saber Cat. Bronxing Sermon to the inside. Perspective went the day well. Union Rags is third last early. He is 18th onto the backstretch, ahead of Done Talking and the trailer El Padrino. 45-1. Oh, they're flying up the backstretch, and Bodemeister's in front. He's on front by a length and a half. Trinity Bird on the outside is second by another 2 lengths. Hanson is in third. Take Charge Indy gets that rail trip in fourth as they head for the turn. He's 5 lengths off the lead. Gemologist is next, then I'll have another. Liaison is on the outside. Union Rags is down at the rail. He's always in traffic. Union Rags in a lot of trouble on the far turn. He's boxed in. Bodemeister on the lead as they roll the far turn. Trinity Bird is second. Hanson is third. I'll have another. Creative Cause moves up on the far outside. But it's Bodemeister at the top of the stretch. And Bodemeister's got a 5-length lead. I'll have another on the outside. Now it's moved into second. And then down toward the outside, Creative Cause. Bodemeister holding on to the lead. I'll have another on the outside. It's closing in. I'll have another color. Bodemeister. Dullahan on the far outside. Here's the wire. I'll have another. That's won the Kentucky Derby. And then it was Bodemeister, Dullahan, and went the day well.
Wow, I'll have another. Doug O'Neill accepting the hugs all around. Owned by J. Paul Rudham, who is a staunch supporter of thoroughbred racing. This is a horse that won the Santa Anita Derby by a nose after not racing from February 4th when he won the Robert Lewis as a 40-1 shot. Came back in the Santa Anita Derby, won it by a nose. The first win in history for post position 19 in the Kentucky Derby. And in his first Kentucky Derby ride, Mario Gutierrez, who was based at Hastings Park in Vancouver, went to Southern California to Doug O'Neill. Let's try Mario, and in his first try wins the Kentucky Derby. Wow.
I've been asked all week long, probably more than any other question, what about Mario Gutierrez in his first Derby? Will he freeze up? This kid's got ice water running through his veins. No, he hasn't made any mistakes since the Santa Anita Derby, before the Santa Anita Derby, in the San Felipe Stakes, and another great ride today.
What a job from the far, or the next to the far outside post position too. Post 19, tactically, not an easy spot for this horse because he has enough speed to be a stalker. He came from pretty far back in the pack today.
And Donna is next to Mario.
I am next to Mario, and I can tell he's already overtaken with emotion. Mario, you just came off a Santa Anita win with this horse. Your first Kentucky Derby, you get the win. How special is this?
I don't know what to say. Thanks to Mr. Redon for the first time he saw me in Santa Anita and gave me the opportunity to ride this horse. This is an amazing horse. So thanks to him, Doug O'Neill, all his connections, the grooms, everything. Everybody do such a great job with him. My family in Mexico, I know they were sharing for me. I know they were pushing me. I know when I got there, my beautiful second family for my glory. I know Hastings was pushing me. I know they got me to the wires. Thank you.
So you feel like people in Mexico were rooting for you, people in Hastings, Canada were rooting for you. You just felt like you had support from all over the world.
I know they have, since I made this course, all my family in Mexico, friends, Vancouver is being so supportive. They keep sharing for me, emails and everything. Doug O'Neill, his connections, Mr. Redon, Mrs. Redon.
Mario, you thanked everybody but the horse. What an amazing race from him today.
He's an amazing horse. I'm sorry, but he's just an amazing. I keep telling everybody since the first time I met him, I knew he was the one. I knew he was good. All the criticisms, they didn't believe he couldn't made it this far. I said in an interview, even if they got me to pick for the whole rest of the film, I will stay with him 100%, no doubt about it.
Thank you, Mario. Well done. As you can tell, I think that this is a special victory for him, Tom.
Can you imagine Mario Gutierrez, Mexican native, was riding in the small-time circuit up in Canada, just 25 years old, went to Southern California. J. Paul Redham, the owner of I'll Have Another, watched him run, said to Doug O'Neill, let's try this young rider. Well, he had made some personal history here. His first Grade 1 win, that's the highest class of racing in America, was the Santa Anita Derby. He follows that up with a win in the biggest race in the country. I'll have